All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in this week. If you caught last week's video, I was able to finally put the old check mark on the Skiff build. I say build, it's an inflatable skiff that we picked up last year, but last week's video, I showed you guys how I plan on rigging it out for rod storage, tackle storage, how we're gonna be powering it from the back. In that video, I actually installed the Xi3 trolling motor on the front, and I even showed you guys how to build one of these 100 amp hour power boxes to run your trolling motors and stuff on kayaks. If you missed that video, I'll link it at the end of this video. Today's video is gonna be about how to get this boat from my house to the river. Now, it is an inflatable boat, and I've been really worried about how I'm gonna haul it back and forth with all of this gear on it, inflated without popping it. Now, I know these boats are super thick, they're really durable. They're extremely hard to actually, pop one of these boats. They're tough. But I know me, and I have been known to tear up stuff that's supposedly unable to be torn up. So what I want to do today is build a custom trailer for this skiff to live on. I want it to be completely carpeted and wrapped in a way so that I can load and unload this at a boat ramp just like a bass boat. I want to be able to literally drive this skiff onto this trailer and then back it off, when we're putting the boat in the water. I think I found the right trailer for it. For the past couple of months, I've been kind of scouring Facebook Marketplace every day looking for the perfect used trailer to build, either a jet ski trailer or boat trailer, anything that I thought would work for this boat. And I think I found just the right trailer. I found it last week. I got it here in the shop. Today, I want to show you the trailer, kind of how it is, the way I got it. It's rough. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea how old this trailer is. There's probably a million coats of paint on this trailer, and it's been modified, you can tell, several times. Right now, it's set up to haul 2 canoes, but it was local, the price was decent, and I think it'll work. The way we're gonna build it out today, I think it's gonna be perfect for this skiff. This is not gonna be like a traditional boat trailer, though. This is gonna be a completely carpeted, kind of like, almost like a flatbed trailer I'm gonna build for this, because I wanna be able to support all the weight on these tunes on the trailer at all time. That way, there's no issues, there's no warping. I don't have any, way to damage this from it just sitting on the trailer, because this trailer is also gonna be where this skiff lives at my house in the garage. That'll also make it easy for this thing to be ready to go if I ever wanna take it out. So let me show you the trailer. I got it in the shop. I'm gonna walk you guys around how it looks now, and then I'm just gonna knock out this build today and see what we come up with. Here it is. I'm gonna roll it in here so we can actually get a better look at it. Make sure I don't run into the skiff back there. But here's the trailer I found on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm sure on camera, this is like a good looking trailer. I know you're thinking right now, man, that's a good looking trailer. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, I'll show you. A lot of the damage is like just from rust. This is a really old trailer. Let's see if you can see the holes. You see the holes in the frame? Look at that. I can stick my finger through the frame right here. So up here's got the worst part, and there's some spots in the back that I am gonna have to patch and fix some welding spots. It is savable. I climbed up under it, and there's a few places that look like that I can fix, but everything else is okay. Now, what really caught my eye on this trailer is the axle location and the wheel size. As you can see, this trailer has those really small, fat tires, kind of like golf cart tires or lawnmower tires or even pontoon boat trailer tires. They're the real short, fat ones, which is great because it's gonna get my skiff lower to the ground, and I think it'll be easier at boat ramps to kind of back it in. I won't have to go as far back. It's not really tall off the ground. And the trailer, I think, is the perfect width. So I had to find one that was gonna be in between the fenders at least 4 feet. And the frame itself from outside to outside on this one is, I think, 4 foot 3 inches. So we've got plenty of room to be able to deck this thing out. So my plan today is, and I'm probably not gonna film all of it because I wanna pull this up to my garage and it's gonna be loud and cold up there, but I wanna go ahead and lob these off. These were what the canoes were sitting on. The guy just kind of welded up some arms and he had 2 canoes on here sitting upside down. I'm gonna just lob these off. I'm gonna cut them right here on both sides. And when I get done cutting those off and pulling this middle board, I'll have just a flat, surface, something to start from scratch from. And I'm gonna completely floor this out, marine grade 3/4 inch plywood. I'm gonna carpet it with bass boat carpet, and I'm also gonna put some rails that come up the side. Now, I would keep and use these, but they're really not steep enough. They go out too straight. I want a couple that come straight up where I can put some carpeted boards down the side and it will give me a way to be able to drive that skiff on and then back it off without fear of, you know, damaging it or anything like that. Normally, you don't want trailers with the axle this far back. And let me show you what I'm talking about. You can see the tongue on this trailer is way up here, and you can see this axle is really close to the back. It favors the back way more than it does the front. The front's like right here. So to be centered, it should have been like right in here. But I'm okay with this because since it's an inflatable boat, it's super lightweight, this will help me get more tongue weight up here. You want tongue weight when you're building a trailer. You know, these kayak trailers, jet ski trailers, boat trailers, you want to build them in a way that you have weight on the tongue. You don't want to build one that you can pick up by hand and move around, because if it's that light, it will cause issues pulling it down the highway. It'll make it wobble, and it's not safe. So this will help me get that extra tongue weight that I'm gonna need, and I think this is gonna be the perfect trailer for this build. So now I'm just gonna pull this thing up to the garage, y'all, and knock it down like I just said. I'm gonna get it down to a flat trailer. I don't wanna do any welding down here in the new shop because we're in a basement and the fumes and everything like that. And then my wife's gonna come home, smell everything and be like, what are you doing down there? So I can do this with the garage doors open up there, and then we'll pull it back down here and finish putting it all together. Let me go up here and do some welding, and I'll see you guys in about 2 seconds, I guess. It's gonna take me a lot longer than 2 seconds, but for y'all, you'll get to see it in just a minute. All right, guys, quick update on the trailer build. I know I said it would be done in just a minute for you guys, but actually I spent a lot more time, it's out here in the garage, let me go out here with you. I spent a lot more time last night actually building this thing, and I'm halfway through, and I decided I wanted to stop in the middle of the build and show you guys where I'm at with it. That way you don't just see it completely finished and wonder how I did what. So let me show you where I'm at, then I still got some carpet and stuff to lay. It's turning out really good, and then we'll be able to take it to the shop and actually put the skiff on. All right, so here is how far I got with it last night. As you can see, it looks completely different now. I went ahead and cut those little brackets off for the canoes that were on there. I didn't really try too hard to make them completely disappear, but you can see where I kind of lobbed them off. I didn't want to spend like hours out here trying to grind that back down flat, so I just smoothed them off and threw some paint on them for now. This is just paint that I put on there to kind of cover up the welds in the grind so it didn't flash rust. Once I'm done building it, I'll strip all this stuff back down. And, you know, once I know that the boat fits and everything, I'll strip it back down and then we'll paint the whole trailer. But I cut all of these boards individually pieced, and they'll be carpeted, and then I'll bolt them down to the trailer. Right now, they're just kind of sitting on top of here. You know, they're just sitting there now. I do have the chains here. I found actually hanging up in the garage from all these trailers and boats. I've got all kind of crap kind of saved here. So I'm gonna change those chains out so they look good. And check out the runners. This does not look like your traditional style trailer. And I told you guys, this is gonna look completely different than a regular boat trailer when I'm done. But I wanted some sort of runners on the side to keep me lined up and keep it from moving around on the trailer. And I went with those. Those are actually pre-made bunks for loading. I got those from bassboatseats.com. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you guys all of this stuff that I use. You don't have to know how to weld to build a trailer like this. You can buy this stuff ready to bolt right up. So, and that's what I used. I used a lot of stuff that was ready to bolt right up. I did kind of modify it to fit what I needed and weld it. But now we got 2 bunks. I even put some taller lights back here. And I know it looks kind of weird. I don't know if I'm happy with it or if I like it, to be honest with you, but I try to reuse stuff over my projects here. And I wonder if anybody can tell me, what do you think these actually are? And I'm talking about these poles right here. So this is an angle. It's like a 90-degree piece of angle. It comes up, and the wires will be wired in, and they'll hide. They'll look a lot better, and they'll go down the back there. But before I say what those are, can you guess what those are? If you can guess it before I tell you, and I'll tell you at the end of the video what those are once we get done with the build. But I had these left over from a project that I did, and they worked out pretty good. I think that'll be high enough for me to back the trailer in to keep the lights above water. I was gonna cut this Reese receiver out, or hitch receiver, whatever you wanna call it. But man, this joker is welded. And in order for me to cut this out, I was just gonna have to chop the center section. So I'm just gonna leave it. It's not really in the way. I would prefer it not be there since it is a boat trailer, but it's not in the way, so I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm probably gonna end up putting a triangle style tongue box up here, but before I commit and buy one, I wanna get the floor carpeted, get the skiff on here, and then see if I've actually got room to put a trailer right here. And we're gonna do everything with the boat carpet. I got it here. I'm just gonna do it like I normally do. Got this right there. There they are. bassboatseats.com, pontoonstuff.com. That's where you can get all your carpet. That's where I get all my carpet for every boat that I've ever built. And I've built a lot of boats and restored a lot, including that one right there. After about 3 days, I have a carpeted flatbed trailer, but I think it's gonna work good. I did get a little concerned. Now, I have not test fit this skiff up here yet, and right in the middle of me building this and adding these bunks, I knew what my measurement needed to be for the base of this, for the floor, and after I added these bottom bunks on both sides, the measurement across is a little bit tighter than I really wanted it to be. So fingers crossed it slides right up here. I did carpet this whole thing in one piece. As you can see, I didn't have to do any piecing or anything like that. I trimmed the whole trailer in this aluminum so it won't rust or anything, and it turned out pretty good. I mean, it's basically just a big flatbed trailer now with some rails on it. I got the lights wired up. Now, these are the lights that were already on the trailer. They're not marine lights. I'll probably upgrade them later on. But I want to walk you guys around the thing really quick, show you my plans for adding straps and tie downs real quick before we test fit and slide the skiff on and all that. I think it turned out great, and if it fits, it should be the perfect trailer for this skiff. So this trailer wasn't really that hard to modify, you know, into what it is. It's basically, like I keep saying, just a flatbed trailer. I got the carpet from bassboatseats.com. I got the runners from bassboatseats.com, even the brackets that hold my little side runners or guides or whatever you want to call these boards. And if you didn't know, you can get these pre-carpeted in several different lengths from bassboatseats.com. So if you didn't want to, if you needed some bunks like this for your boat trailer, if you're building something that needs bunks or some sort of guides for your boat, you can get those pre-carpeted in different colors of carpet at different lengths. Like, you just order them, and I think they all come in pairs. So I just ordered 2 for that side, 2 for this side. And then these things right here, I know I welded mine on and kind of cut them down, but you get those bolt on. They come with all the U-bolts and stuff. So you can literally, you can build a trailer or modify a trailer to do what you want without having to do any welding. Bassboatseats.com is where I get everything. That and pontoonstuff.com. You can get everything you need to convert one of these trailers. I'm gonna have their links below. They actually sent me the carpet and stuff for this build, which I've been partnered with them for a long time. Even the wood, I forgot to mention. So even the wood that I use to build this is 3/4 inch marine grade plywood that is designed for, you know, when you're restoring a pontoon boat. They sent me the wood for this. So I just cut up 5 sheets and got everything bolted on. So the only reason I haven't added any tie down spots yet is because I want to get the boat on here first and see where I need to put them. And then I also want to see if I can put a box up here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fit a box up here, depending on how much room the boat leaves me, and kind of, I don't know. I just got to get the boat in here to figure out what I got to do. I've given you guys long enough. Can you tell me what these poles are that I use? These little legs actually is what they are. So if you haven't guessed yet, those are legs off of a metal fabrication table from Harbor Freight. I don't know if you've been here for a while, you've probably noticed my little welding cart that I built upstairs. And what I did was I bought one of those fabrication tables, and I didn't put it together the way it's supposed to be put together. I used the top on top of a tool chest. So I had these legs just laying around. I don't throw anything away. I'm a hoarder, guys. But when they were laying there, I was like, well, those might be pretty cool to get my lights up higher in the air. And we'll see how they work. I welded them on. We'll just, you know, I'll rock them for a while and see how good they do. I may need to go higher, or I may need to change them completely. But for now, that's how they're gonna do. Got the hitch back here. Like I mentioned earlier, I didn't want to go through the trouble of cutting it off, so I just painted everything and blended it in. I went with a 3/4 inch 90-degree aluminum angle, and I wrapped the whole trailer in that. And the reason I did that is because usually I would have taken each panel and carpeted it, folded it over, and stapled the carpet on the backside. But if I would have done that on this build, it would have left me with gaps, you know, for each panel. And I didn't want to do that. So I literally I laid the carpet down, glued it down with, you know, pontoon boat glue from bassboatseats.com. I glued this rug down after I cut it. And then once it was stuck, I went around and trimmed it all the way around flush with the trailer. And then I just capped off the corners and the edges with this aluminum. It ain't perfect. It don't look like anything that you would buy. I know it looks, I mean, it's kind of ghetto, but it's gonna get us there. Now, one thing I didn't think about was this rod holder sticking off the side right here. And I'm not gonna be traveling with them on there anyway. So let me pull the rods off for now, because I'm definitely not gonna have them up here going down the road. Let's get all these off. And what's cool about these little rod stagers is you just loosen them a little bit and you can slide them in so they don't stick out. I'll do that on both of these just to get them out of the way. Now we should be able to slide it on here. I'm gonna roll it back because I ain't got a ton of room down here. I'm just gonna pull the trailer. I also don't have wheel chocks down here for the trailer. So far, so good. Oh, what was that noise? Let me make sure I'm not hooked on anything back here. I forgot about, oh, that was my transducer. I forgot to fold it up. I didn't break it though. We're good. Let me keep pulling. It looks like it's gonna fit, y'all. It's a little tighter than I wanted it to be, but I think it's gonna fit. I don't think we're gonna be able to do the storage box up there now. Let me get my kayak cart out of the way. Well, it's on there. It's not touching the bunk over here. It is touching over here, so I could shift it over. It's not like it don't weigh, this thing don't weigh much at all. And I'm wondering if the tune should stick this far off the back or if I should leave them like that and haul it with a motor. That'll give me room up front. Can you guys see the front? I still don't think we're gonna have room up there for a box. Yeah, y'all can see this whole thing. See this area here? I was really hoping to have room to have a box here for storage, but man, I'm just glad that it fit in between those bunks. I got worried right in the middle of me building this that I didn't measure right. Yeah, this don't look bad at all. Man, this boat's a lot longer than I thought. Well, I'm still sticking off back here a little bit, which, I mean, it's not gonna hurt anything, but shoo. Yeah, we filled this trailer up, I'll say that. You don't realize how big that boat is, and you could tell how big the trailer was. And we're at the front of the trailer up there, and we're still sticking off the back here. But see, it's got these hard plastic things for, you can actually drag it. There's handles in here for being able to pick up this thing and transport it. And it's not heavy once everything's off. And it's hard to believe there's only 4 PSI in these tunes. Listen to that. 4 PSI. And then I think you put 8 PSI in the floor, which I don't think I have it fully inflated yet. That's gonna work out good. I wonder if we slide all the way on, let me try throwing the motor on here. Cause see, now it's when my brain is gonna have to start working and figuring out how I'm gonna haul this. Most people wouldn't attempt to haul it with a motor, but if I can get the motor to fold all the way up, which I think these will. Let's see, you got a pin. Let me see, am I folded? Or has it got to be backwards? There it goes, like that. Let's see how it's folded up like that. If I clamped it on, I think I could haul this down the road like that. Let me clamp it. Can't wait to see how fast this motor goes. I mean, this boat goes with this motor. That, if y'all seen the John boat build, this is that same electric 36 volt Newport Vessels motor that I had on that John boat. And we were scooting around the water in that John boat. And it was a heck of a lot heavier than this boat. Let's see if I haul it like that, I think it would be fine. We could even, let's see this. There it goes, that folds up. I could even haul it like that. Gotta figure out how my pin works here. There it goes. Or heck, I might be able to take advantage of that and just put me a strap. Man, that's kind of convenient right there in the middle. We might end up using that old Reese hitch after all. Y'all probably can't even see what I'm pointing at. Is that better? Am I being a bad YouTuber here? See what this Reese hitch, the motor's kind of sitting there. And if I take a strap and go over the motor to keep it from bouncing, which it's locked in, it's not really gonna bounce anywhere. It's almost like this trailer was built specifically for this skiff. Look at the length. So it ends right at the nose. The trolling motor does stick out a little bit, but odds are I'll probably just, since it's quick disconnect, I'm gonna haul that to the lake in the truck and not on the boat like I do my kayak, because I'll just pop it off and throw it in the back. But look at the back here. They stick out just a little bit, and if I needed to pull it forward more, I could, but I don't think that's gonna hurt anything at all. And that gives me a little bit of area back here. I got the transducer kicked up. I've got the motor actually locked in that position, but like I mentioned, these holes, see if you can see them on this little receiver. Check it out, I got one there and then one on the other side. I think I'll be able to just go over that with a bungee and just leave the motor strapped on here. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything. This thing fits really good. I think those guides are gonna work. See how tight they are? Now, you can't really tell. Let's see if I can show you. They're not touching. I mean, it's close, but it's not completely touching. I just almost knocked my tackle off the wall behind me. It might be touching a little bit on that side, but it's not too bad. Here's those handles I was telling you about. You can stick your hand in there. It's also got these grab handles here. And a super lightweight boat. But I think I am gonna put me just a tie down strap here and go over, and then one in the back. I wish it was long enough to add that front box. I just don't think we're gonna be able to get a box on here, which is fine. I've got, you know, room in the truck to store stuff. I do got the Yeti on here, and I ordered me some straps. I've got them in, so I'll be able to strap this to the floor, strap our battery box to the floor. And this thing's gonna be ready to go to the water. This is the strangest boat trailer that you'll probably ever see. Strangest one I've ever built. Another really cool thing I just thought about for this trailer is, since it is basically just a flatbed, if I need to make a run to Lowe's to get something, you know, some long lumber or something like that, I've got an extra flatbed trailer here at the house. I can always just slide this skiff off here in the studio and make a run to Home Depot or Lowe's. So it's kind of a dual purpose trailer at this point. But guys, this thing is finally ready to go to the water. I've been staring at this boat in my garage for a good 3 months now, maybe more than that. And I haven't got a chance to water test it, but it's completely ready. So the very next video you guys are gonna see here on the channel is gonna be us testing this thing out. I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight today and get the stuff I need to kind of strap it and secure it to the trailer. I'm also gonna go ahead and rig up my camera so I can get you guys some good angles. We're gonna do a speed test with that Newport Vessels NT300 on the back. I'll even probably do a comparison test between the front trolling motor pulling it versus the rear motor pushing it. I'd like to see how those fare with each other. We'll test out our new power bank box and just see if we can slime this thing for the very first time, guys. If you're new to my channel, I upload every Monday at 6 o'clock. So don't miss the videos, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button if you want to stay tuned in and see how this boat does, and tune in to future videos, future builds. I've got all kind of stuff coming for this year. Some new stuff coming very soon for the truck camper setup. So if you like the truck camping stuff, y'all stay tuned for that. And I'll catch you guys next Monday at 6 p.m., hopefully from the water on this skiff. See you guys next week.